Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most controversial and talked about statements in the world of space exploration. Elon Musk, the visionary behind SpaceX, once said, SpaceX will never make it to Mars because... What did he mean by this? Is Mars truly out of reach, or is there more to the story? Stick around as we unpack the details, break down 5 major challenges SpaceX faces, and explore whether the red planet is still in our future. Let's get into it. Space exploration is expensive, extremely expensive. While Elon Musk has amassed considerable resources, the cost of launching missions to Mars could skyrocket beyond even his financial capabilities. Building rockets, developing new technology, and sustaining life on Mars requires billions, if not trillions, of dollars over decades. Despite SpaceX's cost-cutting innovations, the financial scale required might be one reason Musk suggested that Mars may remain out of reach. Funding from governments, private sectors, or international collaborations could become vital, but these options also come with complexities that can slow down progress. No matter how advanced SpaceX has become, the technology required to safely transport humans to Mars and back is still a massive challenge. Reusable rockets like the Starship are a significant step forward, but there's still the issue of landing safely on Mars, generating sustainable resources, and shielding astronauts from radiation. Musk might be alluding to the fact that, despite their progress, some of the necessary technology hasn't been fully developed or tested under real-world conditions. The harsh Martian environment presents a different kind of difficulty than anything we've faced on Earth or even the Moon. Sending humans to Mars isn't just about technology, it's about biology. Humans aren't naturally equipped to survive on Mars. Musk could have been referencing the health risks associated with space travel, prolonged exposure to radiation, the psychological toll of isolation, and the physical challenges posed by Mars' reduced gravity. These factors make the prospect of long-term human habitation much harder to achieve. Until we can ensure that astronauts can safely live and work on Mars for extended periods, the dream of colonizing the planet might stay in the realm of science fiction. Colonizing Mars isn't just about solving technical and financial challenges. There are political and ethical implications too. Space exploration raises questions about who has the right to settle on Mars and under what jurisdiction. International laws and space treaties are not equipped to handle the complexities of interplanetary colonization. Musk may have been hinting that, even if SpaceX is technologically and financially ready, political roadblocks or ethical considerations like potential contamination of the Martian ecosystem could prevent us from ever setting foot on the red planet. Elon Musk is known for his ambitious deadlines, but the reality of space exploration often doesn't align with these timelines. Musk has set goals for reaching Mars as early as the mid-2020s, but space travel projects are notorious for delays. The sheer scope of what needs to be accomplished may take far longer than Musk initially predicted. The timeline for sending humans to Mars might extend beyond Musk's or SpaceX operational lifespan, suggesting that the road to Mars could outlast our current technological and societal structures. Mars is an unforgiving planet. Its surface temperatures average 80°C, 60°C, and the thin atmosphere offers little protection from cosmic rays and solar radiation. Additionally, dust storms can engulf the planet, lasting for weeks or even months. These extreme conditions would make it difficult to build permanent settlements, grow food, or create a breathable atmosphere. Musk likely recognizes that even with advanced technology, overcoming these environmental challenges may take longer than expected. The cold, radiation, and hostile surface could delay human colonization by decades, if not longer. Life support on Mars presents another major challenge. Even with a successful landing, sustaining human life on the red planet is no small feat. Oxygen, water, and food need to be consistently generated and recycled. While Musk envisions using the Martian surface to produce these essentials, the technology to do so at a reliable, scalable level is still in its infancy. Without fully autonomous life support systems, the logistics of transporting supplies from Earth would be overwhelming and unsustainable for long-term missions. SpaceX has ambitious goals for funding its Mars missions, and Starlink, its satellite-based internet project, is key to those plans. Starlink aims to generate significant revenue that could help fund Mars exploration. However, Starlink's success is not guaranteed. There are competitors in the space, and it's uncertain whether Starlink will achieve the profitability SpaceX hopes for. If Starlink doesn't deliver, SpaceX's financial ability to fund Mars missions may be compromised, adding another layer of uncertainty to the timeline. Extended space missions present unique psychological challenges. Astronauts traveling to Mars would be isolated for extended periods, possibly years, with minimal communication delays due to the vast distance from Earth. This isolation can lead to mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and loneliness. While Musk and SpaceX are focused on the technology to get humans to Mars, ensuring the mental well-being of astronauts may be equally important, and it's an area that hasn't been fully addressed yet. Radiation is a significant concern in space travel, and the trip to Mars exposes astronauts to harmful cosmic rays for an extended duration. Mars lacks a magnetic field, leaving the planet's surface unprotected from cosmic and solar radiation. Musk's plans for long-term Mars colonization must tackle this critical health risk. Without adequate shielding, prolonged exposure could cause cancer and other serious health issues, further complicating the mission's feasibility. Establishing a human presence on Mars requires building habitats capable of protecting settlers from the harsh environment. Developing these habitats is no easy task. They need to be airtight, resistant to the cold and radiation, and capable of producing food and recycling waste. The infrastructure for such habitats is likely to cost billions. Musk's vision includes using local materials from Mars to build these structures, but the technology to do this on a large scale is still being developed and could prove too costly. Terraforming Mars, altering its environment to make it more Earth-like, is a key part of Musk's long-term vision. However, this raises ethical questions. Mars is a pristine environment that may harbor microbial life. By introducing Earth's elements, we could contaminate the planet and destroy any native ecosystems. Scientists are divided on whether we should terraform Mars at all, and ethical concerns may lead to significant legal or political roadblocks that Musk hasn't fully accounted for. Growing food on Mars is another significant challenge. While researchers have made progress in growing plants in simulated Martian soil, the actual soil on Mars is toxic due to high levels of perchlorate. Musk's dream of self-sustaining colonies relies heavily on the ability to grow food on Mars, but overcoming the toxic soil and lack of water is a technological hurdle that has yet to be solved. Even with solutions, the process of farming on Mars could take decades to perfect. Elon Musk's personal ambition to see humans colonize Mars may not align with his own lifetime. Space travel takes time, and Musk has admitted that the journey to Mars may extend beyond his life expectancy. This realization could explain why Musk said SpaceX may never make it to Mars, at least not during his tenure. His company may need new leadership and visionaries to carry on the mission after him, which could lead to shifts in priorities or unforeseen delays. While landing on Mars is a major challenge, bringing astronauts back to Earth may be even harder. The mission would require fuel to be produced on Mars, a daunting task considering the planet's harsh conditions and limited resources. Without a reliable way to return astronauts, any Mars mission would be a one-way trip. Musk's vision includes producing rocket fuel on Mars using local resources, but the technology to do this hasn't been proven on the necessary scale yet. Space exploration requires significant political and financial support from governments. While NASA and other space agencies have shown interest in Mars, funding for these missions is often limited and inconsistent. If governments don't see immediate returns on investment, support could dwindle. Musk's vision for Mars colonization depends not only on SpaceX, but also on international cooperation and long-term funding commitments, which may be difficult to secure in the face of other global challenges. SpaceX isn't the only player in the Mars race. Countries like China and organizations like NASA have their own plans for Mars exploration. While competition can drive innovation, it also means that SpaceX may not be the first to reach Mars or might face delays due to shared resources or international regulations. Musk's statement could reflect the reality that despite SpaceX's advances, other space programs may outpace or complicate their efforts. As humanity extends its reach into space, questions about governance arise. Who will govern Mars, and under what laws? International treaties like the Outer Space Treaty prohibit any nation from claiming sovereignty over celestial bodies, but no framework currently exists for private companies. If SpaceX establishes a colony, legal and political conflicts could delay or derail efforts. Musk's statement may reflect the uncertainty surrounding interplanetary governance and the potential obstacles it poses. Space missions require vast amounts of energy, and sending humans to Mars would demand even more. Developing sustainable energy sources on Mars is critical for long-term survival, but it presents a challenge. Solar energy, one potential source, is weaker on Mars due to its distance from the Sun, and dust storms could further limit its effectiveness. Musk's vision for sustainable colonies may rely on alternative energy sources like nuclear power, but the technology and infrastructure for this are still in development. Public interest plays a crucial role in the success of space missions. Over time, enthusiasm for Mars exploration could wane if there are no significant breakthroughs or visible progress. Governments, private investors, and the public may lose interest in funding Mars missions if they perceive it as too difficult or too far in the future. Musk's statement might also reflect the possibility that without continued public support, the mission to Mars could stall indefinitely. Elon Musk is the driving force behind SpaceX. But what happens after him? SpaceX's Mars mission is an ambitious, multi-decade project, and Musk's vision may not be shared by future leaders. As the company evolves, its priorities could shift, especially if it faces new financial pressures or management changes. Musk's statement may reflect the uncertainty about whether SpaceX will remain committed to Mars after his leadership ends. One of the most overlooked challenges in Mars colonization is establishing a reliable supply chain. Everything from basic tools to advanced technologies will need to be either produced on Mars or transported from Earth. Given the immense distance, shipping supplies is costly and slow. Any disruptions in this chain, whether due to rocket malfunctions, funding issues, or political problems, could jeopardize the entire mission. Musk's statement might also hint at this logistical challenge, acknowledging the difficulty of maintaining a steady supply of essential resources. As space missions increase, so does the amount of debris and traffic in Earth's orbit. This growing cloud of debris poses a risk to future Mars missions. A collision with even a small piece of space junk can cause catastrophic damage to spacecraft. SpaceX's Starlink satellite network, which is crucial for funding Mars missions, has already faced criticism for adding to the clutter in Earth's orbit. Musk might be acknowledging that the crowded space environment could hinder not just SpaceX, but humanity's ability to safely explore Mars and beyond. Mars's gravity is only 38% of Earth's, which presents unique challenges to human health and biology. Scientists don't yet know how long-term exposure to such low gravity will affect the human body. Will our muscles, bones, and cardiovascular systems deteriorate over time? While astronauts in low Earth orbit have adapted to microgravity for months, living on Mars for years is another question entirely. Musk may recognize that human adaptation to Mars's gravity is an unresolved issue, further complicating the feasibility of permanent settlements. Managing waste on Mars will be far more complicated than on Earth. Everything from human waste to industrial byproducts will need to be carefully managed to avoid contaminating the fragile Martian environment. Unlike on Earth, where we have the resources to treat waste, Mars presents a closed-loop system with limited resources. Developing sustainable, Long-term waste management systems will be critical to any Mars colony's success, and the lack of progress in this area could be one of the reasons Musk is cautious about the timeline. Colonizing Mars is not just a technological and financial challenge, it's also a cultural one. Musk's vision of Mars colonization is often framed as a way to back up humanity in case of a catastrophic event on Earth. However, convincing people to leave their home planet and start a new life on a barren, distant world will require a major cultural shift. Overcoming human reluctance and fear of the unknown is another factor that Musk may believe could slow down the journey to Mars. Mars doesn't have the abundance of natural resources that Earth has, and the resources that do exist may not be easily accessible. Water, one of the most essential elements for life, is present in frozen form at the poles, but extracting and transporting it to settlements will be extremely difficult. Without reliable access to water, colonization efforts would quickly stall. Musk may be pointing to this resource scarcity as a major obstacle to establishing a sustainable human presence on the red planet. Artificial intelligence, AI, could play a significant role in Mars colonization, helping with everything from autonomous construction to resource management. However, AI technology is still developing, and its application in space exploration is relatively new. Musk may be aware that relying too heavily on AI, especially in an environment as challenging as Mars, comes with risks. Failures in AI systems could lead to mission-critical mistakes, which is why the technology needs to be further refined before humans set foot on Mars. Even if SpaceX succeeds in reaching Mars, other nations and companies will likely follow. This could lead to competition for the planet's limited resources, such as water and minerals. Just as we've seen conflicts over resources on Earth, Mars could become a battleground for competing interests. Musk may be anticipating this geopolitical tension, recognizing that cooperation among nations and companies will be essential to avoid conflicts that could derail the mission to colonize the planet. While Mars is Elon Musk's grand vision, SpaceX has several other projects in the works, such as the Starlink satellite network and developing reusable rockets for Earth-based applications. These projects are crucial for generating revenue, but they also require significant attention and resources. Balancing these competing priorities could slow down SpaceX's progress toward Mars. Musk's statement might be an acknowledgement that, with so many irons in the fire, the Mars mission might take a backseat to more immediate commercial opportunities. As we venture to other planets, scientists are concerned about planetary protection, avoiding contamination of Mars with Earth microbes and vice versa. Introducing Earth-based bacteria or other organisms to Mars could have unintended consequences, potentially compromising future scientific studies of Martian life. This concern may lead to stricter regulations, slowing down progress, or limiting what can be done on Mars. Musk may recognize that these ethical and scientific considerations could become significant barriers to colonization. As space exploration advances, so will the laws governing it. SpaceX, being a private company, operates in a regulatory environment that is evolving but not yet fully formed. International treaties and national regulations regarding space exploration are still being debated and developed. The legal landscape could complicate or delay SpaceX's ambitions for Mars. Musk may be alluding to the unpredictable nature of space law and how it could become an obstacle that slows down or prevents Mars colonization. While SpaceX is currently at the forefront of space innovation, technological progress isn't guaranteed. Musk has often spoken about the risk of technological stagnation, where progress slows or stops altogether. If SpaceX, or the space industry as a whole, experiences a period of stagnation, the timeline for reaching Mars could be extended indefinitely. Musk's statement could be a nod to the possibility that, without continuous breakthroughs, the dream of Mars may remain elusive. While Elon Musk is a visionary, not everyone shares his optimism about Mars colonization. Skepticism from the public and investors could hinder SpaceX's progress. If investors lose confidence in the feasibility or profitability of Mars missions, funding could dry up, leaving the project in limbo. Musk's acknowledgement that SpaceX might never make it could reflect the reality that public and financial support is crucial and not guaranteed for such an ambitious endeavor. Even though SpaceX has revolutionized rocket technology with its reusable rockets, the journey to Mars will push the limits of what is currently possible. SpaceX's Starship is designed to take humans to Mars, but the technology is still being tested and perfected. Issues like fuel efficiency, payload capacity, and safety are all challenges that need to be addressed. Musk might recognize that even with today's advances, current rocket technology may not be enough to ensure the success of Mars missions. Climate change on Earth may also indirectly impact Mars exploration. If global warming leads to more frequent natural disasters or economic instability, governments and private companies might prioritize solving Earth's problems over investing in space exploration. Musk may realize that, as Earth faces mounting challenges, the political and financial will to explore Mars could diminish, pushing the mission further into the future. Musk's vision of colonizing Mars is based on current human biology and technology. However, as we move forward, advances in genetic engineering or biological enhancements could change how humans adapt to different environments, including Mars. The timeline for these kinds of advancements is uncertain, and Musk may recognize that, until we have a better understanding of how humans can biologically adapt to Mars, the mission might face significant delays. Failure in space missions is always a possibility, and the stakes for a Mars mission are incredibly high. Welcome to Blessovia Science TV, where we take you on an exhilarating journey through the cosmos and unravel the mysteries of science. We are excited to offer you the opportunity to become a valued member of our ever-growing community of cosmic enthusiasts and knowledge seekers. Exclusive access to cosmic content. As a member of Blessovia Science TV, you will gain exclusive access to a treasure trove of cosmic content, including documentaries, interviews with leading scientists, space missions updates, and awe-inspiring visualizations of the universe, live Q, and sessions with experts. Your membership will grant you the chance to participate in live Q and sessions with renowned scientists, astronomers, and space explorers. Get your burning questions answered by those who push the boundaries of human knowledge. Embark on a journey that spans the cosmos and join us in unraveling the secrets of the universe. Become a Blessovia Science TV member today, and together we will reach for the stars. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget to leave your comment.